What's up with you guys? I am here with more coin news. Let's look at some recent events. The first event is Apex 2025, which will be the biggest XRPL conference of the year and will be held next month in Singapore. This is put together by the company Ripple, and we can see more than 60 different meetings. If you look at the schedule and click on detail, you can see what some of the topics are. This is the XRPL Common Product Plan. This is a non-profit group whose main goal is to create and make open-source tools for the XRPPL. And so on, kind of like Agreement for Ethereum, but this is more focused on the community and is unique to the XRP ledger. Open-source tools for the XRPPL, new governing ideas, ecosystem growth, and projects that are building DeFi, NFTs, wallets, and tokenized assets on the XRPL are some of the things that make the ecosystem great. This is the EVM sidechain. This is very important because it makes it easier for XRP ledgers to work with each other, which lets developers use Ethereum smart contract features. We've got the Volta plan. We can tell you the prices. As we go further down the page, we can see the morning address, which has Brad Garlinghouse, Monica Long, David Schwartz, and other well-known people. With XRP, we've opened up the future of deals. The topics range from DeFi tokenized goods in the real world. A lot of our attention is on steady coins. There are a lot of interesting things there. We can see scalable tokenized assets on the XRP ledger if you guys want to take a look. On the XRPL, stocks and ETFs can be turned into tokens. So this is the Pocket Network. For as long as I can click on it, I guess I can't mark it. A Web3 infrastructure system that has helped more than 1 trillion requests go through more than 60 blockchains. This topic is interesting because it has to do with AI bots talking to the XRPL EVM through a pocket network and decentralized cross-chain liquidity. Our whole process is automated thanks to smart contracts. For DeFi and RWS, we have facilities that can grow as needed. This is going to happen next month. You can read this plan and find out more at xrpldur.com. Okay, next. This was a post from March, and we can see the XRP record on rwa.xyzxyz. The RWA value is 50 million right now. We can see almost 22 billion real-world assets on chain when we go to RWA, XYZ. Also, keep in mind that I don't know how they figure this out, whether it's delayed or a smooth estimate of, say, the average over 30 days. But I do know it's not instant. We are up from 50 million to over 114 million XRP when we look at the record. ArtJax is worth $44 million, Ripple is worth $44 million, and Open Eden for T-bills is worth $5 million. This is the picture I shared in March. This is going to be compared to where we are now. The XRP record now shows that ArtJax is worth more than $19 million. Ripple US dollar is now worth 39 million. And Open Eden is still worth about 5 million. We can see that ArtJax has grown from 44 million in March to 109 million now. That's about $64 million more on the chain. And I'm sure we remember ArtJax's blog post from last year. Together with ArtJax, Ripple is adding hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tokenized RWA to the XRP blockchain. Based on RWA.xyz, we've already broken $100 million. But let's see hundreds of millions of dollars more. You may also be interested in the fact that RWA XYZ shows that the steady coin market cap is $89 million. We can see that the Ripple US dollar has a market cap of 317 million when we go to coin market cap. But if we go to XRP scan and look at the given out tokens or the given amount under the real verified Ripple US dollar issuer, it's 66.9 million. Every one of these is a different number. So based on what I know about why each site shows a different number for the Ripple US dollar, I think CoinMarketCap is using the total supply across all networks. We can see that Shape is a pool of money. We have Uniswap. In other words, this basically means going through all networks, holdings, assets that are linked, and even tokens that may not be in use yet. The stablecoin market cap on the XRP platform can be seen at rwa.xyz. I don't think this number is quick though. I think it's more of a guess based on how the on-chain is used, and it's not the most up-to-date information we can use. For a real-time number, I would use XRP scan because it is the most reliable and safest bet. Even after that, I'll still be keeping an eye on CoinMarketCap and seeing it rise as we get more liquidity pools and grow across more chains. I'm also going to watch RWA.XYZ. Overall though, I think this number, the given supply, is the one to keep an eye on. This is because it comes straight from the Ripple US dollar issuer account. The number of real tokens that are being used right now is shown, which is very important. This is not a guess or a prediction, and I believe RWA.XYZ is very correct. It collects what is actually backed like real back supplies, however, I don't believe it is changed right away. That's why I would always just say XRP scan. I care a lot about the XRP ledger's long-term growth, success, real-world use, and liquidity. So I think the most important thing is the supply that was given. But of course I love RWA.XYZ for looking at the big picture and not so much for daily truth. Now we have news that Casper 2.0 is now live on the internet. And you can see that for yourself by going to CSPR.live. I will definitely keep an eye on this as well as the ZOO or ZOOG protocol, which is a consensus procedure that gives instant finality. Now real-world apps that run on top of Casper 2.0 are the most important thing to see. It's important to keep an eye on that and any other changes Actis makes. Next we'll talk about some tokenization that has to do with Hedera. We can also see that Hedera isn't mentioned on RWA.XYZ, which means we can't see how the RWA value is actually shown on the chain. We can see that the networks are still in test down below. That means that many more networks will be added to this site in the future. When we talk about tokenization on Hedera, Red Swan, a business real estate company, just released this information today. Now we have Altus Opportunity Fund tokens that were made by Red Swan and issued on Hedera. As we can see below, they also put this out. We are excited to let you know that Red Swan is tokenizing shares of the Altus Opportunity Fund, which is run by Altus Equity. RedSwan.io has more information. We can see making buying in real estate easier. That's the most recent news about the Altus Fund. Then there are some numbers below. Red Swan CR, which stands for Commercial Real Estate, is their main site, and the best place to buy and sell tokenized commercial real estate. Full compliance with U.S. securities laws, with over $10 billion in deals stored. Investing in real estate on our site is safe, easy, and reveals everything. It's pretty cool to see that they've already hosted deals worth more than $10 billion. We know that the business real estate market is worth trillions of dollars. Also, for those who haven't seen it yet, the Hedera Ambassador Program is meant to encourage people in Latin America and Spain to use DT. Down below, we can see that this program has already reached people in Spain, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil. The Hedera Ambassador Program is a way to find, train, and give power to leaders around the world who are both professional and community-focused. It looks like our representatives are different. Developer ambassadors bring their computer skills to the table when it comes to DT coding smart contracts, and community and events ambassadors plan marketing events that bring people together. I believe that Latin America has a lot of room for new uses, and I'm sure you've all seen different predictions or statistics about how many people will speak the language by 2050. So Mandarin is at the top, after that is Spanish, and then English. So a lot of people. Okay. Finally guys, we'll end with a very important clip by Caleb and Brown. I can't stress this enough, why averaging in and averaging out are important. Caleb and Brown are linked at the top of the YouTube movie description and on the right side of my link tree. This is the over-the-counter OTC broker I've used for more than 4 years. Let's watch